Wolf in the Fold. This is Star Trek Season 2, the original series. I'm continuing my reviews of all the original Star Trek. I'm going to do the cartoon and I'm going to do the movies. So there you go. Let's talk about this episode using my space system. Story, pacing, artistry, characters, enjoyment. Each category gets a score between 0 and 2. 2 is the best you can get in any category. I'm comparing Star Trek to Star Trek, not Star Trek to other TV shows. So Star Trek's my second favorite show. If you ask me, I'm just going to say I love every episode. Trying to be really critical here. So the reason I'm saying that because I'm going to give the storyline a 1 out of 2. My thing with this one is that the premise is that they're on another planet. A woman is killed. Scotty was last to see with her. It looks like it's Scotty. So my issues, so it does check some of my boxes, which is alien race, another planet, mystery to solve, and there is tension and there is consequence. However, I automatically know Scotty didn't do it. I automatically know they're going to solve it, right? And I've seen these 4 or 5 times. I'm not saying this is my 5th viewing, so yeah, I know that. You know. You just know. So it's how are they going to figure it out? So the story is I'm still giving it 1 point because I still like the story, but I'm not dying over it because I automatically know that he's not guilty, right? And it's pretty obvious who is. Like, I mean, it's like, well, I guess it's probably that guy, right? So and then you find out that it's sort of like some alien spirit that inhabited Jack the Ripper or something like that. It's a little weird. I don't know. I couldn't get into this story as much. The actor, I'll get to the characters, I guess, in a minute. For the pacing, I'll give the pacing a 1.5. I wasn't bored, and they did move the story along, but it was just one murder after another, and you're like, oh no, it's Scotty again. You're like, well, obviously it's not him. And then the other thing is that if he is doing it, he has to either be completely insane because he's doing it in front of them and they suspect him. Like there's a part where they're all holding hands, the lights go out and the girl dies, and you're like, well, Scotty's pretty dumb to stab her right there, or he's completely mad. And they try to say, oh, he was hit on the head earlier. No, it didn't work for me, but I wasn't bored, so there you go. The artistry, I'll give it a 1.5. Everything looked good. Music was okay. There wasn't a lot going on in the artistry factor. A lot of it was either just on the ship or just in rooms. So there's not a lot to give on the artistry. I could maybe even just give it a 1. Maybe I'll give it a 1 for artistry, really. There's really not a heck of a lot going on for me to really give it any more than that. I was leaning towards 1.5, but again, it's not like there's not really anything to critique there. It's just there. So I'll give it a 1. For the characters, I'll give it a 1.5. And the reason I'm giving it a 1.5 is that I actually think the characters here were pretty good. Like, I like Scotty in this one because he's genuinely like, yo, shit, I didn't do anything. Like, I don't know what's going on. I like the ambassador, not the ambassador, I guess like the president or whatever, the head of that alien race. He is very understanding and very level-headed. His wife is one of the victims, and he's pretty calm about it. He was great. The bad guy who ended up being the bad guy, I can't remember the actor's name now, darn. He's from 12 Angry Men, one of my top 10 favorite films of all time. He plays juror number 2, I believe, if my memory serves me. And he's great in this. But I feel like it becomes too obvious that it's him. There isn't really anyone else to go through, so I guess it obviously is him. And some of this stuff with like how the computer's like, oh, it can tell if it's lying. I feel like they have this computer that can do all this, and they don't use it in other cases, so it's a little bit weird with that. For the enjoyment factor, I'll give it a 1.5. I mean, I kind of like it. No, you know what? I'm gonna give it a 1. I think I'm gonna give it a 1. I like the episode. I don't love it. Yeah, I can't. I was leaning to 1.5 because I do like the characters and that ambassador, not the president guy, whatever. He was really cool, but I don't know. It's just like, yeah, the computer can tell lies. It's like, that's fine. They've got a lie detector test, but it feels like it doesn't. It feels like, how does it know the actual truth? I don't know. Like, lie detector tests aren't used because if I believe it, then it's the truth for me, right? That's kind of weird. I just feel like it's just too obvious. Like, we know it's that guy. It's not Scotty. So we're just watching it to watch it. So overall, I'm giving it a 6. A 6 out of 10. Not one of my favorites, but you know what? It's still good. I still like it. it just wouldn't be my first pick to watch again. So there you go. If you enjoy my space system, please like the video and consider subscribing to the channel. And check out my friend Clobberin Time's Saturday Night Star Trek. They do a Saturday night show, cover 4 episodes every Saturday night. They really go through it in depth, so check those guys out. That's it, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.